So, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Erica and that's a 50 times mirror, that's why it looks funny. What was I saying? My name's Erica and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing a makeup inventory, but I thought I would show you how I store my makeup because that's interesting too, right? I don't know. You guys can skip this if you don't care. But anyway, this is how I store my makeup. This is a TV tray. It holds my daily makeup. Down there is my empties bin. Over here is where I keep most of my backup makeup / makeup I'm not using at the moment. And up there we have my clean makeup brushes, and then these ones right here are all dirty except for the ones in the white plastic container. So I'm going to start with the cart first because I'm already here. Over here we have some black Q-tips. They're not normally here, I just forgot to put them away. After, what was I doing? I think I was, I was cleaning out a palette. I was taking an eyeshadow out and I was using this black Q-tip to clean up the rest of the eyeshadow. And then over here, I have this cute trash can. And we have all these pencil shavings. Nice. These are my BH Cosmetics brushes. I have a nail polish there. My sharpener's here, something I need to throw away over there. This beauty blender holder, I got it from a friend. I haven't used it yet, but I probably should. I was telling her that I was looking for one and couldn't find one that looked like that, so she gave it to me, so thank you. Dirty brushes. This first drawer, okay, so this houses things I reach for more often that I cannot fit on my TV tray, so over here I have powder. This is a blush, my scrunchies, this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. I reach for this when I need a green because I don't have a lot of greens in my collection for someone who really likes green. And then I have more powders because I'm really oily. Some primers, eyelash curler because my Muji one broke, so now I have to use my old Shiseido one. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but let's just say the Muji one was a lot better or more efficient to use. This eyeshadow powder. Oh my god, I messed it up twice. Highlighter. It says powder on it, so I instantly thought like setting powder, but don't set your face with this. A jumbo eye crayon. Moving down to the second drawer. This is where I keep most of my lip products, I think. So these are all e.l.f. nail polishes, and I'm really bad about using nail polish. I have some on this hand, but as you'll see later, my right hand is bare because I'm right-handed, so it's really hard to do nail polish. So yeah, these are my lip products. It's a mixture of used and unopened. Down here are my eyeshadow palettes. So, did I throw away all the boxes? I think I threw away all the boxes. So, actually these are just palettes. So there's a face palette down here as well. I have some fragrances down here. These two are empty. This one's full. Single eyeshadow. Another single eyeshadow. Yeah. This drawer is the heaviest, if not the bottom drawer. And then down here, oh, you can see what color shirt I'm wearing. Hello, I look like a snowball. Or I meant to say sphere. Anyway, down here is basically my backup drawer. So I have a BB cream that I'll probably... When does this expire? Oh, it expired last year. You know, since I don't want to wear it, I'm probably just going to toss it because it's sunscreen. It has sunscreen in it. Cool, okay. I can get rid of that. I have primer, mascara, a highlighter palette that I'm probably going to donate, so it's not... You'll see it here, but I don't think I'm going to count it in my numbers because this is my second time filming this video, so I have a better idea of what I'm doing this time. Sunscreen, because I'm wearing that now. Setting spray. A ton of blushes. And, yep, that's it for this, almost a cabinet. This rolling cart. And moving, it's really narrow too, if you can't tell. Do you like my watch tan? And then moving on to here, this is where I do my makeup every morning. I have my notebooks for this is for video ideas, and then this is where I organize all my videos. This is what I wear over my head to do my makeup. This is basically a headband. It's great for skincare and makeup. I don't know how people can do their makeup without this. I just feel like your hair will fly in your face, but I don't know. First world problems. I'm breathing so hard. Okay, and then we're gonna move over to here first. So here I have my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I think these are both primer samples. A sunscreen, perfume, this thing that won't fit in the rest of my lip drawer or container. My lip products. This is not a lip product. This is a highlighter, I believe. Lip gloss. And then back here I have these two lip pencils. A Sharpie for marking, except I haven't used it recently. A very disgusting eyeshadow primer. My brow products. Mascara. Powder. Two eyeshadow palettes. And then over here I have a face palette, eyeliner, eyeshadow palettes. Well, this is a quad. Blush. And more eyeshadow palettes. And that's it. Now I'm going to show you the actual products and numbers. So, hello and welcome to my makeup inventory. You should see the setup that this is filmed from. It's filmed from the top. I can't actually see the viewfinder, so yeah. There's some things that you saw in my makeup drawers that I am not including in this, including sunscreen and nail polish. So yeah, let's get started. Starting with primers. These are face primers. So I have one deluxe sized primer from Cover FX. It's their Water Cloud Primer. And then I have the DHC Velvet Skin Coat. These are both tiny, I believe. Yep, they are. So it's not going to take me that long to use them up. Right now I'm just using sunscreen as primer because my current sunscreen is about to expire this month. So I've been trying my best to use that up before I reach into these. So I got this as a sample when I bought this one. So that's how I got two so quickly. And then moving on to eyeshadow primers, I just have these two. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Anti-Aging, and this one is the NYX Glitter Primer. I know it's a bit reflective and you may not be able to see all these clearly, but I'm hoping, because I'm using my new phone to film, that you can see them clearly. So next we have my setting products. So on the left side, I have my Urban Decay All Nighter XL Setting Sprays. I have 3 of them. This one is, I want to say, at least halfway down. And then I have this new Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. This came in a set with 2 other Cover FX products, which you saw the first one already. It was a primer. And this one is the setting spray. They're all really cute. I think I'm going to save them for traveling probably next year, if I'm going to be honest. I also include these if I can use them for more than a week. This looks like maybe 2 weeks worth of product. So I'm including it here. It's a sizable amount is basically all I'm saying. Then moving on to my powders. So I have 3 of these Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting powders. So I have one translucent, unopened. This one is banana, or these 2 are both banana. This one is open, this one is not open. You can't see from the top, but I'm almost out of this one, so that's exciting. And then I have these 2 Cover FX, they're the same thing, Perfect Setting Powders. This is a mini of this one, and this is so adorable, but I don't know how I'm actually going to be able to use it because it's so small. And this one is a full size. It's in translucent light. I think this one's the same, translucent light. And I'm about halfway through this one as well. And I have one pressed powder, which is the Innisfree Matte Mineral Pressed Setting Powder. I bought this back in December, I think literally the day before or the day of my makeup inventory. And I don't know why I didn't buy this sooner, because this works so well. It keeps me matte, and if I want to film in the afternoon after I work, I can easily use something like this and not have to worry about being really oily or looking really oily, because it just completely erases oil. It's amazing. I'm definitely going to be keeping this in my backpack when I go back to work. So next I have my eye products that aren't primer or eyeshadow. Over here I have four things of mascara. So this is the current one that I have open. It's the Heroin Make Volume Control Mascara, and I love this mascara. You can control how much or how little volume you want by using the dial at the bottom. But of course I always go for full volume because I got stubby lashes and I need all the volume I can get. And then I have this Heroin Make Volume and Curl 2-in-1. So it comes with a skinny mascara, and it's supposed to be the regular size, I believe, mascara. And these are, all three of these ones are brown mascaras. And then lastly, I have this Heroin Make, what is this? Super waterproof. Nice. I don't remember if this is volume and curl or long and lengthening. I think this one is long and curl. Yep, so this is lengthening and curling. And it comes with a mascara remover. And I just noticed that the mascara remover cap is gold because they're celebrating their 15th anniversary. So I got really lucky with this, I guess. I don't know, I just bought it because it was a good deal. And I really need their mascara remover to remove the mascara because it's so waterproof. Like, it's really hard to remove, which makes it good because then it never smudges. Moving on to my brow pencils, I currently have 6. I have 5 of the same kind. This is from Kiko Milano. This is their Green Me brow pencil in the shades. These are all the same color, I believe. These are light chestnut. I don't buy from Kiko Milano anymore because they said they were fast fashion, but at the time I didn't really believe it. But now I can see it more after the summer when, you know, they started picking up production again. So I'm no longer supporting the company, and plus they chose to discontinue a good thing. So yeah, I'm not for that. But this was my holy grail brow pencil because it was so creamy and it lasted my brows all day. But I have a new holy grail brow pencil, so I'm not that mad. And this is like not that cheap anyway. This is basically one of these, but all the way down, so yeah. And then I have this NYX Professional Eyebrow Powder Pencil. I don't remember like if I bought this because it was half off or if I bought it because I needed this to get a coupon. Like, you know how Ulta has the $3.50 off of $15 coupon. I don't know if I needed a couple more dollars to make it, but I bought this one because at the time I was considering, when I was changing brow pencils, I was considering this one or this one, and I went for this one because the ingredients are better, but this one is superior to this. So I should have just bought NYX from the start. It lasts longer, the finish is better, and the color matches better on me, so I'm just going to be buying NYX from now on. Plus NYX, I didn't know this, has an Asian CEO or founder. Pretty cool. So yeah, 6 brow pencils. And then for eyeliners, I have 2. So I have one gel eyeliner from MAC. This is their Fluid Line. eyeliner in the shade Dip Down. This is how much I have left. It used to smudge on me, but I've come to realize that it was my eye cream. I applied it too high, so it would smudge very easily. And then I have this brush liner from Holika. This eyeliner is so thin that every time I use it, and I haven't used one of these in a while, I will stab myself in the eye because I always do wings. So when I'm like dragging it in, like say this is my eye, and then I always do my wings by dragging the wing in, not out and flicking it. So I'll draw it in, but then stab myself because I don't feel it. Yeah, fun time. So there's a learning curve for the first week of using this. I got it from Korea 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? About 2 years ago at this point, in June, so a year and 9 months. I need to, I was saving this for traveling because it's really inconvenient to take this traveling with like a bunch of eyeliner brushes. So I was saving this one for travel, but I think if I'm not traveling by the end of this year, I might just crack this open and use it because I don't want this to dry out. And I've been trying to switch over from plastic packaging to from plastic packaging over to wooden packaging for products where I can. And so even though I have this, I'm not just going to throw it away because that's a waste. But I'm going to look into like wooden pencil alternatives, but I know they're not as sharp, so we'll see. So next I have my cheek products. So I have two cheek palettes right here, my highlighters and my blushes. As you can see, there's no single bronzers, or maybe you can't tell, but you'll know now, there's no single bronzers because I don't really like the way bronzer looks on my face. Like, yes, it's nice in the summer, but then summer, now that I'm working full-time, I can only really pack on the bronzer on the weekends. I'm going to start with bronzers because I don't have that many, and I usually use bronzer first when I do my cheek products. So I have one bronzer in here. This is the Nars Dan Marie All About Cheek palette. I believe the bronzer in here is called Casino. And when I got this from a friend, which is why you haven't seen this in previous makeup inventories. But basically, when I got it, it was still attached by one hinge, but Nars is just not that great with their packaging, and now it's detached by both hinges. So yeah, this is the shade Casino. I think it'll be much better for the summer because look at how dark that is. It looks like not dark chocolate, but not milk chocolate. And I'm starting to get tanned, but this is not going to work on me just yet. So yeah, I have one bronzer in here. And then my second bronzer is in here. This is the Hourglass Palette from 2020. Anyway, so the bronzer is called Natural Bronze Light. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't know how much of it you can see. I'm just gonna hold it up. Oh, you can see my shirt. So, yeah, sorry about not holding up the other products. I only just thought about it now, but yeah, so this is my bronzer. There's actually pan in it. I don't know if you can see right there. You can see when I'm holding it like this. But yeah, really like this bronzer for this time of the year. Moving on to my blushes. I'm going to start with these ones first. So right here, this looks like the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte blotting powder, but it's not. It holds a Franken blush after I used up the powder inside in about 3 months. So I really don't like Fenty at this point, but this is what the blush looks like. I think it's made up of entirely eyeshadows, and it gives a really nice like color to my cheeks actually. I'm surprised at how well this turned out. But I'm trying to boycott Fenty this year, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. because I do actually really like the blush in here. Next, I have these two blushes I've never opened. This is the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in, oh god, I don't know how to say this. I'm not gonna butcher it, but it's a Greek. Mykonos? Mykonos? Oh, I think I said it right the second time, but I'm probably wrong, so forgive me. I have not used this yet, but I will open it, show you guys what color it looks like because it's clear. So this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. It actually kind of reminds me of my other blush, which is called Deep Throat. I got this as a present, and then I also got this Bareminerals Gen Nude as a 100 point perk from Sephora. How do you open this? And this is actually pretty big for a blush. Ta-da! I'll open this one because I think I already opened it. Come on. This looks really nice too. It looks like a nice rosy, not mauvey, but like rosy blush. And it's toned down. And it's Bare Minerals, so I'm sure it's good. But this looks like a full-size blush, even though it's just a mini. That's cool. And then on this side, we have my Nars blushes. So I'm going to start with the open one. This is the Nars Deep Throat blush. And I actually have two, so I have a backup of this. This is basically what you would expect Nars Orgasm to look like without all the gold in it. So less shimmery. But I do also have Nars Orgasm, so it's in this palette. Yeah. I can actually see progress in this now. Nice. This is my daily blush. I really like it, but I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit too brown to use it, so we'll see if I have to switch to another blush in the summer. And then over here, I have, this is the Nars Torrid. I'm not going to open it because I haven't opened it yet. This is my second Deep Throat. So when I finish my first Deep Throat, I can get started on my second Deep Throat. They were actually both presents. Last year for my birthday, I told one friend that I wanted Nars Deep Throat for my birthday because I was just blush crazy last year. I don't know if you guys know this, but I really wanted blushes, but I was on a no-buy, so I couldn't get blushes, and I'm really grateful that I put myself on a no-buy, and that my friends bought me the Nars Deep Throat, but actually two friends bought it for me, and they don't know each other, so I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, now I have two Deep Throats and three Nars blushes, which I'm grateful for because they're expensive, and also they look nice. Like, I like Nars formula. And then moving on to this giant palette, I have 4 blushes in here. I have Nars Orgasm, Super Orgasm, Desire, and Sin. So this is what they look like. This one's really pink. I think I would mix this. And this one looks like, you know, like a blush bronzer. Like if you wanted an all over cheek product, you could use this. But because my cheeks are like pink all over, way further past the point where you're supposed to put blush, they're just naturally pink there. I don't think that would look so good on me, but if I did it like that. But I think I could mix these two to make a more tame color. And then here, I have 2 more blushes in Vibrant Flush and Mood Exposure. Apparently one of these is limited edition. I don't know which one. So these are the 2 colors I have. They're really pretty. I like mixing them together or, you know, leaving it as is. This one definitely tones down the brightness of any blush that I have. So if it's like too pink or too bright, I usually use this one, and it makes the blush more wearable and more natural. Moving on to highlighters, I used to have a ton of highlighter palettes, But even though I am really, really good at using up highlighter, I've come to realize something. So one of the palettes I was giving away because I already have this. And then the other palette that I am giving away was because it was Fenty Beauty and I was going to get rid of it while I still had it new. And then I had another highlighter palette that I opened it, looked at it, and was just like, there's no way I can finish this. So now I just have these two standalone highlighters. I'm thinking of getting a Becca one during the 21 Days of Beauty because, I mean, why not? It's half off and I really want to try it before the brand goes out. So I'm going to be probably getting, what's that really popular one? Champagne Pop. I think I'm going to be getting that one because it's supposed to be universal. And I tan so fast and I get pale so fast like nobody's business. So I need something that's flexible and universal. So anyway, moving back to this. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter Powder in the shade Golden Flower Crown. I really like this, but my friend told me that this is not an exact dupe for Champagne Pop. And Champagne Pop is more fine. So because I already like this, and she said that Champagne Pop is more fine and looks better, I want to try it. And then I have this Milk Makeup stick in the shade Lit. I also got this as a present. I think it was a Christmas present. This just gives the most natural and beautiful glow to my cheeks. I don't really like to wear powder when I wear this, so I'm wearing it today. You can't see my face, so my face is probably greasy. I don't know. I don't have a mirror close enough to my face to see it. And I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm kind of blind. But yeah, this highlighter is amazing. I'm actually considering buying a full size when I'm done with this. But I don't know about that because I don't like wearing powder with this. And I kind of need powder, you know, to keep me matte. So yeah, that would be a struggle. But I do really like this. And if they made this in powder form, I think I would buy it because it's so subtle and just beautiful. It doesn't make your cheeks look wet, but it looks like a healthy shine from within, or glow from within. I don't think shine is really natural. So I have these two. And then, I guess I'll start with this. In my Nars palette, I have one highlighter. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be used as a highlighter, but I'm calling it that because I already talked about my powders and it's too late. The highlighter in here is called Hungry Heart Duo 1. Could open this. And it's this right here. It's very sparkly. So I think also something that I would have to use on the weekends only. Moving on to my Hourglass palettes. I have 3 highlighters in here. I'm counting them as highlighters even though I'm pretty sure Hourglass does not consider them to be highlighters. I have Dim Light, Diffused Light, and the strobe powder in Glistening Strobe Light. Yeah, so Hourglass considers these finishing powders. So these are the highlighters, or I'm calling them highlighters. This one I use under my eyes, on my forehead, under my chin, sometimes on my nose. And then these two I mix together to create a nice subtle highlighter for every day because this is too bright on its own and I like using this one, so that's why I mixed them. I didn't talk about this previously, but I don't really have any goals. I'm really hoping that we move out of this place in October, so I'm kind of trying to hold back on my makeup purchasing because I don't want to move out with that much stuff. Not that I have that much stuff to begin with, but as you can see, I'm like starting to think about like, you know, I'm going to get rid of this highlighter palette because I don't think I'm ever going to use it up completely. Well, I'm not going to keep this highlighter palette because I don't think I'll be able to use all of it completely. I know I can use some of it up very easily, but the others not so much. But probably not repurchasing this highlighter in the future, even though it was pretty good. I just found better in higher end. This is so sad, but yeah, I feel like my makeup preferences have definitely shifted from lower end to higher end. So, welcome to my lip product collection. Now that I'm looking at it right in front of me, this is bigger than I thought. Even though this is my second time filming this video, like I said earlier, I still forget. And this is, like, these videos are a great reality check. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get started from left to right. So, on the left side, at the top, I have my 2 liquid lipsticks. To be honest, liquid lipsticks is not my favorite formula. I prefer bullet lipsticks, or my ultimate preference is tinted lip balms because they're so comfortable. But I have these 2. This is the Fenty Beauty, what is this called? Uncensored lip paint. So I really like the color. The only problem is, well, the brand. I don't support Fenty anymore. If you want a quick explanation, she made fun of Erikachu Tran using the term rice cake, which you can look it up. It's still up. I'm surprised she hasn't like apologized or taken it down. But anyway, another thing I don't like about this is this applicator. I don't know if you can tell, but it's freaking round, like someone smushed it. I feel like it would be better if it was, you know, a more pointy applicator instead of this. So I don't reach for this much. I'm still getting rid of this by the end of the year, regardless of whether or not I've used it more times since today, because I don't support the brand, can't really give this away, and I am not fond of the applicator at all. Like, it actually like kind of makes me not want to use it because the applicator is so bad, and I cannot get around my Cupid's bow using this applicator. It's just so inconvenient. It would be better if they used a applicator like this one. This is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Warm and Fuzzy. Like, I wish the applicator looked more like this. So see how it's pointy, or, you know, not a circle. But yeah, I don't like this. I don't like liquid lipsticks because they're really dry, and I have eczema on my lips. I'm pretty sure it's coming back with a vengeance because my lips are burning right now. So yeah, these 2 liquid lipsticks. I'm trying my best to use up this one though. And next we have my more traditional bullet lipsticks. I'm able to show you guys all the colors I have because why? Because I don't have that many compared to other people, but I feel like if I had more products in this, like even 10 more products, I would not show you guys the individual colors. So these are my Laka lipsticks. They're from Korea. I got a free sample, not free sample, it was like a penny or $1. No, a penny or 10 cents for like a mini sample, and I loved it so much I ended up buying 3 of these. But, okay, I like the company, but the formula is very similar to MAC lipsticks. I'm sure if you bought like their Powder Kiss lipsticks, it would be the exact same formula. So I'm just letting you know. These are gel lipsticks, so they're matte, but with the comfort of a satin, or, you know, satin lipsticks are still softer than this, but it's not drying. So this is the shade, fuck, I can't read it. Okay, I don't know what shade this is because it's in Korean, but this is what it looks like. It's supposed to be like a everyday nude color. And then I have, this one is Charlie. It's in English, so I can read it. It's supposed to be like a brick red, but not, you know, super intense red like that liquid lipstick. And then I have this one, also in Korean. Don't know what it is. This is what it looks like. I'm not rolling them all the way up because I know one of them was about to fall out, so yeah, this one is more orangey red. And then I have these 2 MAC lipsticks. So this one is Indiegogo. It's a navy blue. It's kind of sheer actually, so I feel like if you really wanted it to be popping, you would need to apply this several times, but it's a very comfortable formula. Like, I'm actually really impressed because Velvet Teddy was not the most comfortable thing on my lips. Maybe they've changed it in the past 5 years. Has it been 5 years? Past like 4 years, I think. And then this one is Flatter Me Fierce. I think one of these two, if not both of them, are limited edition. So this is like a grayish color. Never used it, as you can tell. And then moving on to these two. So these are my almost said liquid lipsticks again. These are my lip glosses. So I have one from Fenty in the shade Fenty Glow. And then I have this Nature Republic Eco Lip Gloss. I thought this was shiny. I thought this was going to be just like this with some glitter in it. But no, it looks like... I'm not mad at this, actually. It looks like a My Lips But Better kind of color. It's in the shade number 1. I remember picking this up because I was like, okay, I'm about to run out of lip gloss. And I have all these dry lip products and I need a lip gloss to go on top of it so that it's not as drying. Which is exactly why I prefer tinted lip balms, because they're more comfortable. But this Fenty Beauty lip gloss refuses to die, so I didn't need to buy this right away, but I think the price per gram was still better for this one than this one. Moving on to my... what the hell are these? Okay, these are tinted lip balms, so I have a lot of them, as you can see. So I have several from Milk. I'm just gonna count them all. So there's 3 in this box, but one of them is not tinted, so I'm not including that one. This one is tinted, so as you can see, Green Dragon is not tinted, but Bubble and Plush Berry are tinted. So there's 3 here. I have not opened this, that's why it's still in the container. This is an open bubble, so I can just show you. I haven't used it yet though. Ta-da! I love these lip balms from Milk. They're just so comfortable. I don't love the price though, but I got this 3-pack for $17 when I've twice paid $16 for just one Green Dragon. But I mean, I really like their lip balms, so in the winter when they have the sale again, I'm probably just going to buy the party pack instead of just buying them as singles, because this was only like $1 more than they normally retail for, and I got 2 more. So this is definitely a good deal. Buying them single is not a good deal, so just wait until they come out in a pack. Okay, and then I have this Milk Shine, Milk Kush lip balm in the shade Shine. This is probably this is rolled all the way up, by the way. I've used up most of it. One of the worst lip balm colors that they've come out with. Like, it's definitely not everyday appropriate. Like, it's not work appropriate, I guess. But it still is moisturizing. It's just that the glitters are a little bit more chunky. Like, you'll notice it if you're used to using Green Dragon, that it's more chunky. So, yeah. Does not look the most flattering. You'll have like purple and pink and blue glitter all over your lips. And then I have this Nature Republic lip balm. I think I got this because it was a good deal. I think maybe it was like $7 or less. And I'm so used to paying the price for Milk lip balms that I thought that this was a good deal. But I don't think I would buy it again because it smells like kids' candy or like kids' makeup. But it does look nice and it's moisturizing. I just prefer the Milk Kush lip balms a lot more because it's like a refreshing feeling on your lips. Whereas this one, it just moisturizes it. There's no like cooling sensation when you use it. And then I have these 2 lip glowy balms from Laneige. Even though I said I would not buy these, I ended up getting them from Marshall's for $6 off. the price that they would normally be. So I have the shades Grapefruit and Balm Berry. I think I need to use these within 2 years, was it? Oh no, these don't expire for quite a while. So I was really surprised to see them at Marshall's, but I snagged them because I love tinted lip balms. And I've heard that these are just like the lip mask, but you know, in a tube. So I really wanted to try these. Okay, I'm gonna talk about these lip liners because they're rolling all over the place, and you probably see me try to stop them from rolling off the table or rolling too close to my lip balm. So I'm gonna start with these two because I have two of them from the same brand. These are the Wet n Wild lip liners in the shade Chestnut and Willow. So Willow is how big these pencils are when you first buy them, and Chestnut is how much this just shows how much I've used. And these pencils are really long, but they're so drying. I don't really recommend these lip liners. They are very affordable. Like, I think they're $1.19 on Wet n Wild's website, or maybe in store it's about the same price or less. But I just, they're so drying. And Willow is actually a perfect everyday nude shade for me, but because I'm using so many other lip products, I don't really get to use this one often. But it's also a lip pencil, so I can just sharpen it and keep it sanitary for longer, so I'm not really prioritizing using it. But I'm just saying, I don't think I would repurchase these pencils ever again because they're so dry. Moving on to my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Kiss and Tell. I bought this because I really love red lips, but how do I put this? I don't wear it often anymore, and so I settled for a high-end lip liner. And the last lip liner I have is from NYX. This is the Slide On, Glide On Extreme Lip Color in the shade Revolution. So, oh, it matches my nails, like, perfectly. This is the color. I've already sharpened it a few times. At least twice, I think. And I don't know if this is plastic or wood, but it hurts my lips when I scrape it. And I'm trying to, like, get one more use out of it before I have to sharpen it. I bought this because my boyfriend wanted to see me wear like a green lipstick, but I didn't want to invest in a green lipstick, so I bought a green lip liner instead. And so now I feel better about this than buying full-on lipstick. Even if I have to pay more, I know lip liners stay on better and they last longer because you can just sharpen it to make it more to sanitize it, kind of. Okay, and the last two lip products I have right here, they look like little wine bottles. This is the Chateau Labiote Wine Tints in the shade, I believe this one's Coral. Yes, Coral 1 and Red 2. These are their satin formulas. I do not recommend using their satin formulas because they are very sheer and patchy if you try to apply too many coats, especially the darker colors. I think that's just how it is with a lot of darker lip colors. Like I said earlier, the blue is a bit sheer as well. It's not patchy, but it's just hard to get it to be super pigmented and like opaque, I guess is what I'm looking for. I'll open this and you can see what it looks like. So this is what the applicator looks like. It's so cute, but really I feel like it's nothing more than a novelty. It does taste like wine though, so if you don't like wine, like I don't like wine, you will not enjoy the taste, because to me it tastes like medicine and you can definitely taste it. So I would never repurchase these again, but you know, if I had a friend who was into wine and makeup, I would probably get this for them. It's not a terrible product. You just have to be more careful when you're selecting the shades. So now we're finally at eyeshadows, and this is the last category that I'll be talking about. So on this side, I have my singles, and on this side, I have my two quads. So I'm just going to talk about the quads first. So I have this e.l.f. bite-sized, they're both e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So this is Hot Jalapeno, this is Cream and Sugar, I think that these palettes are overhyped. The Hot Jalapeno is definitely the best quality out of the two I've tried. This one, man, I bought this because someone told me that this eyeshadow right here was a dupe for a discontinued eyeshadow that I really liked, but it is not a dupe. So I've been trying to use it up completely so I can just get rid of the rest of this palette because I'm not a fan of the remaining two shadows, and this shadow on the far right crumbled in my makeup collection, like in my makeup drawer so badly that and just got everywhere, so I decided to just clean it out completely. And then this one, like I said, higher quality. I've only kept this so far because this has shades that are pretty unique to my collection. Like now I have a gold, but when I first bought this I actually didn't have a gold eyeshadow in my collection. So you can see it looks like it's got the most use on it. I think this dark green actually has the most use, but it looks like the gold has more of a dent. So these last three shadows right here are pretty unique to my collection, so I'm still keeping this palette, but by the end of this year, I'm going to be getting rid of this palette as well, because this year, everything that's leaving, like at the end of this year, on December 31st, 2021, I'm getting rid of everything e.l.f., everything Huda Beauty, and everything Fenty. Moving on to this pile of stuff, I'm going to talk about these two cream singles because they're rolling all over the place. So I have a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Sparkle Nude. So I thought that this would not have this like silver shimmer in it, but it does. It has like a silver glitter in it. You can't see it until you like swatch it on your hand and you blend it out. Then the silver glitters kind of bind together, and then you can see like silver. So I would say if you're gonna get this product in this shade, don't try blending it out with your fingers because you're only going to like bring the silver glitters together and it's going to be noticeable. But other than that, it's a pretty nice color, and I got it as a one and done type of eyeshadow, but I don't think I would buy this again. I think I would just go for Yogurt. Okay, and then I have this Bobbi Brown Long Wear Cream Shadow Stick. This one I got as a, I think 100 point perk as well from Sephora. I like this color so much more than the NYX one. It's a really nice one and done type of eyeshadow, which I'm probably going to gravitate more towards when I go back to office full time. Okay, and then I have these two singles from various brands. This is Wet n Wild's Brulee. To be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to buy a shadow like this ever again because I just find that cream eyeshadows like this kind of wear funny on me throughout the day. And then I have this yellow that I got from Korea. I believe the shade is, okay, there's no shade, Yellow 3. It was from the shop Decay, and this is same meal on it. I probably butchered that too because I'm not Korean. And I love yellow eyeshadows. Yellow is one of my favorite colors to wear on my eyelids. I'm wearing a yellow eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, I'm wearing a yellow t-shirt today, so yeah, it's just my preference. And then I have these two Sydney Grace magnetic palettes that are filled with singles. So let me try to figure out which one's which. Okay, I think this one is the one that I filled with singles from Sydney Grace. I don't remember all the colors. So as you can see, I have a yellow because why not? It's like the same color as my shirt. Okay, maybe not, but it's yellow. And then I have this duochrome. It shifts from, I think, red to green, a gray, a blue, metallic shadow. This one that I tried to dupe from my favorite eyeshadow, but it is not a dupe. It is way too light. A green. This is, I believe, is also a duochrome. a darker gray, and this metallic green with some gold shimmers in it. This is not a duochrome. And then I bought this palette to just have and depot my Too Faced eyeshadows into here. And I just want to show you how much of an, just how much of an idiot I am. So I depotted these shadows after I bought this, these singles, obviously. But there's so many similarities. Look at this. There's at least 4 similar colors. So everything on this column, I guess, these are all from the Gingerbread Spice palette. So yes, I didn't actually declutter it after I said I would. I had it in my bag of products that I was going to take to a Nordstrom to recycle through TerraCycle. But because I never went to Nordstrom, I still had this. And I remember really, really liking this shadow right here and just feeling really bad about having to get rid of it. So I depotted it into here. And I burnt myself in the process. I also decided to keep these 2 browns from there just because, why not? And then the rest of these are from Clover. I saved the shadows that I really wanted and then got rid of the ones I didn't want, which I forgot how many I got rid of. I think at least 5 of them that I wasn't going to use up completely. So now these are back in my collection and I'm counting them as actual eyeshadows instead of just keeping it. And I did destroy the Clover palette in the process of depotting these. So I'm really sad that I can't keep that palette, but at least I have these eyeshadows to use. But like I said, look at this. Yellow, blue, green, and I think this is supposed to be a similar color to this. Doesn't look like it from this angle, but I'm pretty sure this and this are a similar color. So, I feel really dumb. So, this is a moment you've all been waiting for, my eyeshadow palettes. And let me tell you, I have way too many. I feel like a lot of them are dupes for each other because I'm just a dumbass, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to go in order of how many I have. As you can see on this far right corner, I have a fat stack of the Too Faced mini palettes. There's 4 of them here. I don't know if you can tell from looking top down. But yeah, so starting with this palette. This is the Persona Identity 2 palette. I wanted to try out Persona Cosmetics this year. This is what it looks like. Yes, nice and not shattered. I've never used this because I just got this. Next I have the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. I have 2 palettes from Huda. Like I said earlier, not going to be using anything from the brand in the next year. I'm going to get rid of this, and I don't know what to do with this one because it was a present. So, first off, this is Coral Obsessions. I bought this and I broke my no-buy to get it because I thought they were going to disappear forever. But they didn't. It's still on sale. Limited edition and discontinuing my ass. But yeah, I'm not as in love with this palette as I thought I would be. For starters, these 2 colors are really hard for me to use. And this palette is very bright. Like the color you see in here, like in the viewfinder right now, or I guess on the screen, it looks a lot more muted, but it's not. It is bright, and I did not buy this palette to have a very bright, like almost neon, like coral or peach shadow. I thought it would be the color that you see it is right now, like more muted, like the shadow in the middle. I did really like the yellow and the orange. They worked out fine. They were more muted and easier to use. And these shimmers, I do not know what is wrong with them, but they literally disappear off my eyelid. They don't crease. There's no creasing. They just disappear, like they're gone. It's not on my cheeks. I have no idea where it goes. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of this palette regardless of whether or not I use it any more times than I have now, because if I don't even reach for this palette in the future, then I probably should have got rid of it a long time ago. Okay, next, moving on to New Nude. So this was a palette, this was a birthday gift from my brother 2 years ago, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And this is what mine looks like. So obviously it's been loved. I didn't use this. When I said I was cleaning out an eyeshadow earlier with my black Q-tips, I was actually cleaning out the concealer from this palette because it got all nasty from eyeshadow flying everywhere and into it. And I knew I was never going to use it. So anyway, I have a few pans in here like I do with the other one. One here, and one here. This is much harder to hit pan in than the other one, but this is my first Huda palette. I loved the formula of her mattes. Her, what is it? These multi-dimensional shimmers suck. Never going to use these pressed glitters. This pearl, I think it's called like pearl finish. I don't know. This is amazing as well. I just don't know why she made these ones so like, they're really prone to fall out. But the mattes are amazing. They are not super pigmented, so they're really easy to build up and blend out. But you're never going to get like a super pigmented eyeshadow, which is what I like. I prefer less pigmented eyeshadows, but it's not sheer, you know, so I really like that, and I'm sad that Huda is a horrible person, so I don't want to support her anymore. Moving on to Wet n Wild, I have two palettes. So I have this one, which is Nude Awakening. I actually bought this for my mom, and she gave it back to me because she was like, well, I'm never going to use it. And there's a lot of eyeshadows in here that I cannot use. Like this pink was already pushing it. So these shadows, I feel like they're not going to work. I like this transition shade up here. This one is a little too dark. This black I've used a lot. There should be a pan in it, but this palette has somehow eluded pan. Or I guess that eyeshadow. And I'm not a huge fan of these shadows either, so this is not my favorite Wet n Wild palette, but I do really like Wet n Wild's formula. It's similar to Huda's. And then I have the Wet n Wild Coffee Cat palette. This is actually, now that Clover's dead, my favorite palette. It's supposed to be scented, but it just smells like coffee beans to me. It doesn't smell like espresso. Every look I've gotten out of this palette I've really loved, even though this palette barely looks used. I've used pretty much almost every single eyeshadow in here. It really doesn't look like I've touched this, but this eyeshadow right here is my favorite in my entire collection. It's like the perfect one and done shadow, but I've been looking for dupes for it because this palette is actually discontinued. So yeah, makes me sad, but I really like this palette. It's like the perfect everyday palette. And I would say if I didn't have this palette, I might have actually purchased the Persona Identity 1 palette. But I have this palette, so I'm not going to get that one. Okay, moving on to... My leg is shaking. Moving on to Too Faced palettes. I'm going to start with the smaller ones. Just the ones I stacked so I don't have to make a mess and knock everything over. So I have the Too Faced Let's Play palette. I mostly bought this for the packaging, and the eyeshadows were kind of an afterthought. But look, it's a Game Boy. It's so cute. So this is like the D-pad, the A and B button. There's supposed to be a start and select right here, but there's a heart instead. And these are the L and R buttons. It's so cute. I love playing video games. I have been playing video games since... How old was I? I can't remember. Sometime in elementary school, but when I was probably 8 or less. That's when I first started playing video games. And even now I still play, like, a lot. Too much. And I had a Game Boy, so this reminds me of it. I should probably stop talking about that and show you the inside. Oh, hello. When the front camera opens. Okay, so... this is what mine looks like. Barely used because it's still new in my collection. Okay, and then moving on to this palette, that's my jam. I bought this palette for the shades because I think this packaging is kind of ugly. This is what the inside looks like. So the first 4 shades I really wanted because they're unique to my collection, and these last 4 shades were kind of like a, you know, they'd be nice to have, but, you know, if these 4 right here aren't the best, it's okay. I knew that the reviews for this were really bad, but I was thinking, like, I know how to work with Too Faced eyeshadows. Like, I have 4 years, not 4, like 3.5 years of experience using Too Faced eyeshadows, so I should be good. And, yeah. So I already know what to expect from Too Faced eyeshadows. I'm still, like, glad I have this palette because I really like these 4. And then I have one of my favorite Too Faced palettes, which is the Hot Buttered Rum Palette. Why did they discontinue this? This is a better quality than at least this purple one is. This palette looks well loved. Like, I've used this eyeshadow so many times you can't tell. This one they've all been used at least a couple times. I've already repressed this eyeshadow. So actually, I bought the e.l.f. Cream and Sugar eyeshadow palette or quad, because someone said that the cream shade in there was similar to the one in here. But no, this one's superior. And I repressed it. Haven't used it since I repressed it because I've been working on the other one. So yeah. This eyeshadow right here is also a really nice one and done type of eyeshadow. I like to pair it with this brown right here. And this palette all the shadows complement each other pretty well. I just do not like this one, this eyeshadow that much. If I could have it my way, I would probably have chosen another yellow or some other type of color to go in here. But I think this palette was like still the best that they've done in a while. Just not a fan of this shade. Okay, and then I have the Too Faced Salted Caramel Palette. This was from last year, I believe, and Hot Buttered Rum was from 2 years ago. These colors look really nice together. I don't know why they put this one in because, how's this the color of caramel? It looks brown on camera, but when I'm looking down at it in person, it looks purple. And I am not good at using dark purple eyeshadows, so yeah. But I did really like the color story, and I wasn't sure if this was purple or not, so I just took a gamble, and I think it's purple. Great. Too Faced does not do these darker colors that well. But I think if you blend it out enough, it looks brown. I have to double check. Now moving on to these 2 palettes. I'm going to talk about Chocolate Gold first because this is actually the second one I've purchased. So the first Chocolate Gold I thought it expired, but it didn't. This is what it looks like. It's got a very dirty mirror. You can see like these alcohol droplets from when I had to sanitize this palette. This was my first ever high-end palette, but now that I've tried other eyeshadow formulas, this is not as good as I remember, unfortunately. I do prefer some shades over others, like this one. The purple sucks. There's like a ton of fallout on it, and yeah, but I'm still glad I have this in my collection. There's a lot of unique shades in here that I don't have in my other palettes. Okay, and then I have this Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Palette. Every year I fall for, or every other year I fall for this. So when Too Faced came out with the Gingerbread Spice Palette, I didn't buy it because, I don't know why I didn't. And then when it came out in July the following year, I bought it because I had FOMO and I thought it was a really pretty palette, and I bought it, hated it. And then the next year when the Extra Spicy palette came out, even though it was more of a color story that I would have liked, I decided to skip it because I knew that the formula was bad. And then this year, when they had the Pumpkin Spice palette, I thought it looked really pretty, but I was like, you know what? Their formula sucks. Like the holiday formula sucks. So I just bought Salted Caramel, and I wasn't going to buy this, but I ended up getting this anyway, because it was on sale, and I was like, well, okay, maybe they've changed the formula. And I was getting like surprisingly good reviews, but I think if I could go back in time, I would not buy this because not everything in here is usable. So I do like a majority of the eyeshadows in here, but like this PSL and Chill, this Fall Vibe, Oh My Gourd, Want a Piece of Me, they're all that like chunky metallic glitter that I do not like. I also purchased this from Too Faced, so it's not like I could return it to Ulta. And people say this smells like vanilla. You know what this smells like to me? It smells like my hair after 3 days of camping. Just really smoky, like an intense smoky smell, which I do not love. So, yeah. But this palette is mostly mattes. I do like Too Faced's matte eyeshadows because I do them really well, but I already know that these two are not going to work, and I'm not going to use this one. So like I said, I fall for their limited edition palettes every other year. I don't think I'm going to buy it this year. I might buy their like 8-pan holiday palette for this year because they do them really well. Like for the past 2 years, these have been amazing. I don't collect them because I know this year they came out with, how many? They came out with another one, the mini Gingerbread Spice palette, but like I said, I hated that one so much. I wasn't about to buy a mini of it just to have a mini. And when these two came out, there was another two, and I decided not to buy the other two. So yeah, that's my entire makeup collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching to the end. And I'll see you in June for another update. And hopefully I won't have had that much extra stuff. I'm hoping my numbers will drop so that when I move, it'll be much easier. Even though I said last year that we were going to move, but I did not anticipate losing my job. So yeah, hopefully this year we're moving so we can have more space. Thanks for watching. Bye!